Hey everybody, John Han with the Pulsing Cinema. I just got out of a Alamo Drafthouse screening of Blade Runner. Blade Runner: The Final Cut. It was a free Alamo Drafthouse screening. My mind right now is officially blown. It is an incredible film. Again, every time I see Blade Runner, it's just so visually dense that I wanna rewatch it. You know, when it was on video and DVD, I would sometimes rewatch scenes like 2 or 3 times because there's just so many little tiny elements in the scenes and the visual effects. And this is the first time I've seen it theatrically. This is the first time I've seen it on the big screen, and oh my God, it's like if you've not seen I was about to say Reanimator. I don't know why. If you've not seen Reanimator, but that one too. But if you've not seen Blade Runner on the big screen, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, oh my God! It is. It's just mind-blowing. The little details and the elements and the shots and the visual effects shots, and I mean the opening, and just the Vangelis score, you know, over a big sound system. I mean, if you have a chance to see Blade Runner in a big theater, you know, it's the since the re-release, you know, how many years ago? 7 years ago. Since the final cut, it's been, you know, showing around. It's definitely something to get into. Okay, so why have I done this video? It's not just a gush about theatrical screening of Blade Runner. I just want to talk about a little bit why I love Blade Runner, because there's a lot of people whose opinions I respect who really, honestly, I don't see eye to eye in Blade Runner. There's a lot of people who I can't understand why they dislike this film. There's a lot of people who either show indifference or very definite dislike to Blade Runner. People that, you know, that I know, you know, relatives, movie buddies, people that are just like, you say, hey, I'm going to see Blade Runner, they go, meh, or they're like, you know, I just could never finish that movie. You know, and I don't know. And I mean, you know, the famous Siskel and Ebert review where they pretty much panned it. They gave it pretty much a thumbs down, and Siskel, you know, was really harsh as far as, you know, basically that the film was boring and pointless. I mean, he was pretty bad. And I mean, in the director's cut, in the 1992 director's cut, they re-reviewed it, and there was kind of a bit of a turnaround. You know, I think there was a little bit of you know, a pride issue, or it was not a total reassessment, but you know, Siskel is like, oh, you know, I love watching, you know, a younger version of Harrison Ford, and you know, and Sean Young, and these are great actors, and it's great to see an early performance, and it's just, you know, the director's cut is neat. It's just more of the same, and you know, on and on and on. So they didn't really reverse direction. They just kind of like, it's a really influential film, and it's good, and the director's cut, and thumbs up. Suddenly, magically, now is a thumbs up. But anyway, and I mean, I can't even really take Roger Ebert's opinion seriously, because, I mean, the guy struggles in the original 82 review, and then in the 92 review, he struggles with the pronunciation of replicant. He calls him replicant, it's replicant, I don't know if it's a Chicago thing, but it's just like he cannot pronounce replicant correctly. He does it like once in the 92 review. He does it correct like once, but otherwise it's like replicant. It's not really a hard phrase. But I guess if you've never heard anyone say it, you know, it's only a movie. But in any case, I love the film. The big criticism, which was the Siskel and Ebert criticism, the criticism I guess you'll hear from a lot of people, is the film is style over substance. And I just can never agree with that. I think the film has It has a hell of a lot of style. The film looks like pretty much no other film had looked before, and it really looks like no other film after, even though it was some kind, it was you know, how many dozens of films and television and comic books, how many scores of them are directly influenced by the look of Blade Runner, that incredible signature visual style. So it is a hell of a lot of style, but I think it's also a hell of a lot of substance. You know, I think Siskel and Ebert criticized the story for being cliched, and I mean, yeah, it's like a high tech neo noir. It's a noir film, but it's a futuristic noir, you know. So it has all the cliches of the gumshoe and the dame and the hooker and the heart of gold and the tough guy, and I mean all of that stuff it's part of noir film, and it's part of those, you know, classic films. And so I don't know how you can penalize the film for that, but I think the idea of putting these cliches into a futuristic setting, the fact that this is an old future, as Ridley Scott used to say, this is a future that is old, you know, is something that quite original. The Vangelis score, along with the performances from Harrison Ford and Rutger Hauer and Sean Young, Daryl Hannah, very emotional film that draws me in, and it, you know, and it's about this group of people, these synthetic human beings who are trying to live, you know, and trying to survive, and I really get wrapped up in the emotion of the film. And it just, you know, brings me along, and the death of these replicants, the horrible thing with Zora, and she's, you know, crashing through the glass, and then Daryl Hannah, and very, very emotional film. I mean, it's one of the most emotional science fiction films I've ever seen. It's not a film that bores me personally. I mean, Siskel said that he's like, you know, the visual effects were incredible, but 20 minutes in, he was just like useless. He was bored. I mean, for me, I just, you know, it's like I just hop on it and I just go with it, and I see it toward the end. I mean, I just know how many times I've seen Blade Runner from the early days, and, you know, WGN, they used to play it like yearly. They were like their yearly schedule. I think usually in the fall, it seemed like they were cranking out that Blade Runner. It was like once a year. You know, remember they had their own little scroll that actually, they had a voiceover with the scroll at the beginning, and so they had their own special version of it. And then, of course, went and got the director's cut on VHS, the widescreen VHS, and the DVD that I just, you know, if you could wear DVDs out, I'd wear it out, just watching over and over and over. I don't think I've really fully seen the film until I just saw the thing theatrically, because it's an incredible film, full of incredible performance, incredible visual effects. Again, this noir setting in a futuristic context is something that I think is really clever and original, and a very, very emotional film, which kind of begs the question of, you know, what does it mean to be alive? And you have this character, Deckard, who goes, you know, and the working title for this film, Dark Days, I mean, that's pretty representative of what the film is about. The dark days on this earth, you know, in the world of this film, which is kind of an inferno, you know, literally belching fire in the beginning. It's quite a bleak, very grim setting for the events, and I love. Because to me, that's another exciting thing about Blade Runner, is the implications of what's going on, where this world is, and what it means to live in this kind of world where pretty much all of the people who can afford it have gone off world, have flown away, and what's left, or you know, can imagine why someone would want to break into that world, why the replicants are trying to get into it. Everybody's trying to escape. They're trying to go down into it and find out how to get more life. But yeah, an emotional story that, and I love Deckard's journey, how he goes from the beginning and he has nothing to live for, and then the whole love story and the whole emotion between him and Rachel, and I love it. I mean, I don't know. I think I love it on a visual level. I think it's a great story. I love the characters. I love all of the performances. I just can't. For me, the film never hits a false note. It's just a great film, and I can watch it over and over and over. So, and why do I love it? Great visual style, great story, great characters. To me, it's just great everything. And that's it.